our version of rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
Bhuvan.
Super talented.
Gaurav, technical ability.
Very practical.
Sejal.
Funny.
Ashish, Chinchalani.
Crazy.
Prajakta.
Spontaneous.
You've done your collab with her, no?
Yeah.
Hello everybody, this is Saif and welcome to Life Hai Video. As promised, we have got one amazing YouTuber with us, none other than Shruti Arjun Anand.
Thank you for a great introduction.
I think you're one of the oldest YouTubers in India.
I'm not sure about that.
You are one of the
But
oldest.
I'm not the oldest.
One of the oldest, of course.
Yes.
So how has it been? I mean, let's say day one of creating content. I know it must not have been one video every week or something like that. Give us an overview of how exactly it panned out.
So it started with a hobby. I really had passion for makeup, hairstyles and all that stuff, beauty. And then it became my full-time job. And then it turned into a business. The ride was very, very interesting and adventurous for me.
Just a year ago, you were at around 7.2 lakh subscribers. You just doubled your subscriber base. How has that happened?
I was making almost 4 to 5 videos at that time and I reduced it. I have a separate channel for my vlogs. I just stopped making videos on that channel as well because I wanted to channelize all my energy in making really good content rather than just making okay or good enough content. Recently, my makeup tutorials are working pretty fine as well. I'm getting more likes, comments and views. And I can see that people are happy to see my content and they can see there is a difference between other content and my content.
I think that's what helped you get so like a huge subscriber base in a matter of like what, a few months?
Yeah, it follows. Subscribers, you will get it, but you have to pamper your audience. You have to tell them that I really like you and I'm thankful that you are subscribed to me and I love you by giving them the content which they love to see.
Craziest fan moment?
Yeah, somebody actually was shivering. I remember her name, it was Gargi. She cried. She was literally shivering like this and I was like, please hold my hands, don't do this. I can believe that people are shocked. Yeah. Maybe they will stop talking and they will be like in a shock. But she was crying. So I felt like that why I'm giving her the Vidooly moment. Maybe is something wrong with me or she's just overwhelmed. But I was not able to understand that.
Trolling. I mean, all of us get trolled, okay? Like comment section gets flooded. What's your weapon against people who troll?
If I think about that, okay, I'm going to get pissed because of these mean comments which I got. And then I have 5 more minutes to play with my daughter. What's more important? Then I always pick my daughter. I don't think about negativity at all as I don't have the time.
You have your own website. You have your own digital company, your media company, all right. And as opposed to someone, who just has a YouTube channel with makeup tutorials. Do you think what you're doing is important or it can be done away with and just have all your focus on this one YouTube channel? What do you think?
Both. Because I think if I was doing just my channel, it was all about happiness. If I was happy doing that, I would do that. But I'm happy doing this as well. First thing, a lot of people feel that, I'm doing something for money. But the fact is, whatever money I make, if you go by the analytics on YouTube, the revenue I generate from YouTube, it's so much less from the last job I was getting. So it's not that I'm making a lot of money. A lot of money I make is from brand engagements and that's okay. But nowadays I prefer not to do a lot of brand engagements because I wanted to create just good content and see which brand is organically fitting into my content.
You've recently ventured into comedy. Now I know you have mentioned it in hashtag Dil Se with Shruti. Yes. You've said it to your subscribers, but what would you like to say about the shift that you're making towards comedy now?
I think around 2 years back, I was too much interested in comedy because at that time, comedy videos just started coming on YouTube and I enjoyed watching them. So I thought that why I shouldn't. But then I wasn't having that guts to do it because comedy videos are not easy to do. With comedy videos, you have to be spontaneous, you have to be lively, full of energy. And that I was in real life, but I wasn't able to show that part of my life on YouTube because I really wanted people to like me because of what I am, not just because I do pretty makeup. Then Arjun helped me with that and then I started making comedy videos.
Because of this mention of Mr. Anand has happened.
Sahu.
Mr. Sahu.
Arjun is Sahu and I am Anand. My surname is different. This confusion happens all the time with my subscribers.
This is nothing as compared to the confusion that I had.
Yeah.
I thought my Miss Anand
is my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
And I was amazed to know that she is not your daughter. And like, damn, I mean,
No,
thankfully.
but the thing is, she is so much like me. My own daughter, she is not that much like me. But my Miss Anand, she's my niece.
So there's this myth, around creators where it's suggested that if you start with, let's say, for example, a technical channel, okay, then you should not venture into other categories. If you want to do it, you make a separate channel.
When I started making videos at that time, a lot of YouTubers, they were doing multiple genres. And they were very successful. Then suddenly something changed on YouTube, maybe their software or their algorithm or anything like that. People who were doing videos in one genre, they were getting more success. So people thought that this is the mantra for getting success.
Since the journey has been for far too long, I mean, for 7 years, let's say, how has YouTube changed all these years? How do you see YouTube now as opposed to what it was?
Financially, if I will talk about it, a lot of people don't even know that YouTube used to have a higher CPM when I started. I was just doing it as a hobby for a whole 1.5 years. And then I started getting money, and that was a good money which I was getting. Much more than what we get now. So
wait a minute, what you get here in India now is lesser than
the
what...
CPM is very low here in India.
Yeah, of course. CPM out there is higher.
Yes.
I remember you telling in one of your videos that CPM differs from one creator to another. So let's say if a very successful YouTuber, a popular one, is on the trending list, now the CPM will differ from what ideally it is for a normal YouTuber. Is that true?
Yes, it is, because I have multiple channels and I see analytics of all these 3 channels and how they're performing. And for example, we have another channel where we have almost like 30 million views per month, but still the CPM is very low. And on my channel where we have like 10 millions or more than, now we have 15-16 million views per month, but earlier I used to have like 8 or 10 million views per month. Still my CPM was so much higher than the other channel. So I'm not sure how it works, but maybe it can be that the brands which are pitching in for their ad to display on your channel, they keep you in the premium category. Right. Or something. There's
this one video that I saw of yours where you mentioned that where you were slightly emotional about the fact that I don't know if I'll be called in the next YouTube Fan Fest event, and you did not give any valid reason as to why you felt it.
A lot of comedy creators or other creators who were maybe living in that city, particular city, was getting the opportunity, or the content creators who were able to perform on the stage. They were getting. For example, if I'm a beauty blogger, what I can do? Now I am doing comedy content, I have the chance. Yeah. But if I was not doing that, I didn't have any chance. When I see a lot of comments on others' videos and all that, this person got invited and this person should deserve this and that. So somehow it hurts you. Okay? And at the same time, because you cannot perform on the stage, it makes more sense that people who can bring more people to see them performing, we should call them only. We
wish you all the best. So next year around when that happens,
you
get to walk the red carpet and also perform in YTFF. It was very, very nice for you to be here. Wish you all the best and keep creating content, keep making more videos. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.